Yeah. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. That's weird. All right, want to just check the audio because I hear some weirdness going on. I want to see what that is. And please bear with me for a second. Okay. Hello, 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 and welcome to Side Divine. I hope you're doing well. This is a question that I'm just going to be making single questions for readings. Question is regarding what's going on behind your back and in your face, just to know what you're looking at and what's going on behind your back. Could be about the person on your mind. I'm going to split this one though. Hold on, my screen is super bright. Okay. I'm going to split this masculine and feminine. Okay. No. So, the lovers. Okay. I do want to make sure this is. Do want to make sure this is labeled properly. And I hope your weekend is going well. Let's start with the original person asking the question, masculine energy. And then the beautiful feminine energies after that. Wow. Ladies, y'all don't be asking me questions, so I don't know. It's the dudes asking me, so. And with a nice tip, your message will go first. All right. So let's see what's going on for the masculine energy right now. What's going on in your face, behind your back. Six of Swords. I'm watching someone. But there's a concern about whether or not somebody is doing things elsewhere. But what I really want to say first, though, is you might have some baggage, personal baggage. Let me just go right to 6, since this message is it's a chick telling a dude he's got baggage. I get it. It's an emotional thing. Hey, 6, do you have any data for the masculine who's wondering what's going on in his face, behind his back?
Professionals have standards.
That made no sense. Anything else?
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Mm-mm.
One more.
I get blamed for absolutely everything. I don't remember the things the way that they remember them. I have huge issues.
You got baggage. Anything else?
Is it possible to learn this power?
One more, please. There's a healing that needs to happen here. It's a far out statement to say, but regardless of what you think is going on behind your back or in front of your face, masculine, you got some baggage. It's paranoia. Is that better? It's the assumption that everyone is the same, and you may have found some comfort in being excessive in the way you think, which is impairing your growth, right? So everything may sound, feel, look like a lie. Cancer energy here. So you're being cautious enough to push things away from you. Okay? So 10 comes out twice. We get a 10, we get a 6, we get a 16. And generally speaking in tarot, that could be the tower moment where the decisions or the choices you make have consequence, right? But while it may be feeling like you are being aware of what's going on around you, at the same time, paranoia will destroy you. And you may be doing it and not really being aware that you're doing it or wanting to acknowledge it. And it may be coming out of you in a way that your significant other is feeling. And this is the direction, the culmination, the end result of having trust issues. Power and prejudice. So what you end up with is what seems like intelligent solitude. I don't know about that. I don't know. Excuse my allergies. Capricorn energy here. So you're kind of like, this isn't the best of yourself, right? I don't like the word, but it's there. It's pretty fatalistic. It brings a lot of things to an ending. I just heard, let me hurt you before you hurt me. God. 6, you got any data for this?
Enemy spotted.
Anything else? Message. Everybody's not your enemy. It's very heavy energy. Anything else?
I know the power of patriarchy. I know what men can do when they're angry.
Anything else, 6?
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no. Oh, look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Masculine. You don't have any people you're I hope you're not taking advice or consulting with thoughtless friends or people close to you about what to do in your personal relationships. I mean, a reading is one thing. Again, as I said a billion times over, consideration only. What's going on with the others around you? Masculine ego. Okay, so you might have someone that you have spoken with who may have enhanced or influenced your decision to withdraw or hold back or be resentful. You may have a masculine energy around you that doesn't want you to have love or a connection. They want you to be as unhappy as they are. Misery loves company, don't it? Damn. Aquarius energy. Okay. Now I get the energy of just somebody who maybe you're consulting with someone who's been burned so much in their life that they don't imagine anything good happening to anyone anywhere on earth. Even Disneyland is a hoax. Who's this energy? They're very, like, they may be saying one thing, but they're completely, like, that's not how they feel. They're just, they may express a very dark energy. This masculine keeps coming here. Somebody's trying to fine tune your perception, masculine. Please be aware of that. I don't know who you're talking to or who you were consulting with. Somebody like helped you with the polar shift to be anti. I'll leave the fill in of the anti up to you, but it's very anti. It's cold, icy cold. Okay, and my feet are actually getting cold. I feel cold. And there's no air conditioning on. It's like 80 degrees. Somebody's holding you up. And whoever they are, and then it's you going along with the bullshit. This could be an older person or someone that you give enough respect to because you feel like it's a wise energy. Somebody is like making sure you stay on their hamster wheel of old bad habits, sour emotions. So it's not odd that 6 is here twice. It needs to flip. Okay, there's some problem solving, yes, but it's within the self. It is what data you're taking on. Are you replicating bad relationships you've already seen? Are you replicating someone else's idea of love and balance? And Libra and Scorpio energies. So we have justice and we have death. Hello, everyone. So we have justice and we have death, right? But we do have to get the justice for yourself, right? And for the relationship, whether it's over or not, is irrelevant right now because it's a frame of thought that has to be dealt with one way or the other. But what I heard was, is that person on your mind that we're talking about here? Are they cheating? Are they currently elsewhere with someone else? Pop quiz. So is this person currently, the person on your mind, are they currently engaged in a sensual affair elsewhere? Just look at you really up close. You might be making bad decisions with your assumptions. If it happened in the past, that doesn't mean everybody's the same. So the lesson is yours at this point. The loss is yours. The confusion belongs to you. What may belong to the other person who isn't doing anything, what may belong to them is resentment. And they may have every right to feel that way. This isn't growing. This isn't positive logical communication anymore. It's someone who may not even be questioning what's going on. Like they might just, your person might just be like, okay, fuck it. They're cool with the bad communication and they may be accepting the death of the situation, the end. I get a yes on that. And I keep getting this one, it's a masculine number right there. It's the wang. It's lust. It is the number of self. So, 6, you got any more data for that?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Anything else?
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
Okay. 3 can be about your growth, how you experience and deal with the others, things you create in your mind. Anything else?
Oh my.
Could be deep to consider. Anything else? I believe that's a sheep right there, right? Some sheeps. So make sure nobody is poisoning your mind. Or you ain't chilling with your bros and they're all up in your ear with their damage. And make sure you're not making up your own damage because there's that, what I just read. Let's see if there's any angel advice. Take a look at that. And then let's move on to the ladies. I think that's mint condition. I think the song is called Let Me Be the One. You might be missing out on the one. Whoever your significant other is, you might be fucking up. Fucking up. Really, I'm about to get mad. You might be fucking up. Advice for the masculine. Ego. Your ego. Makes you forget your blessings, yes? You forget. You might be missing out, like, ooh. Okay, I see a movie. I can't remember the title of it. But you might be missing out on the one. The one, you don't get a lot of those in your lifetime. You don't. Especially if you start carrying baggage. Because at a certain point, you could have so much baggage, nobody can get close to you. So make sure you're not replicating other people's confusion. You need to consider your blessings. There's 8. Time isn't forever, right? So I don't know what you got to do to find your faith that everybody's not out to get you. But you need to figure out what you need to do to have a better visualization or a better way of seeing the world around you. You are getting guided assistance at this time, a triple. So if you're lost at how to begin this, start with your health, mental health. What are you focused on throughout the day? Is it healthy stuff? Is it stuff that makes you smile, feel good? What are you doing physically? What are you doing physically with your body? Is it stuff that makes you feel good at the end of the day? Energetic stuff? Walk in the park? Do something? I don't know. love, exciting and new. Come aboard. Someone's expecting you. The love boat. That is the love boat. I'll just let you read the card. Release the illusion. You got some old damage. You either have some old damage from bad relationships you saw growing up, or you got some fucked up people in your environment giving you their impression of how fucked up your life should be because theirs is unhappy too. So why shouldn't you be unhappy? I don't get family cards popping out, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be tied to family and what you know of relationships. Now, this could just be baggage from whatever happened to you in the past, but I do feel like there's an outer verbal being sharing their poison with you. So be aware of haters. I hope you ain't taking advice from somebody who actually wants your significant other. Even if they don't, they just want you to be as unhappy as they are. So they're going to try to influence you. Oh, they going to, so you have to figure out who that is. If you don't already know from this reading, you figure out who it is and deorbit that asteroid. Because you may be repeating someone else's living experience, which obviously is not your life. That doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to experience. Or it may be that you need to work through it because it's a part of your collected baggage, right? So you might need to figure out how to pull that out, extract it, don't repeat it, catch yourself doing it, speak up on it, come out of that energy because it's not yours. Doesn't have to be. This may be that may be coming from someone that you're giving assistance to, or someone that you help, or you have helped them. Whoever it is, they are all about self. Whatever you did to help them was to improve them. Whoever this is, you put them in front of you. You put their ideas, their feelings, their judgment. You hold it. You may not hold it in the highest of standards, like in a religious sense, but you do take their word. You be listening. And the truth is, you already have all that you need. I'm done with you, masculine. Let's see what's going on with the ladies. Gotta come out of that. Gotta come out of that. At the bottom of the deck, here's the test, and you're not taking it, so you've already had this test before. You may have rules about love, or somebody taught you rules in love that don't even make no sense. So there's some chaos that you play with in your mind that you're filled with. You need to let go of. Lord, I'm stopping. Feminine goddesses, what's going on? That's a lot of energy. Hold on. Hey, 6, can you clear this energy out, that masculine energy of thinking everybody's out to get you? Maybe some people are, but not everybody. Can you clear that energy out, 6?
Rise and shine.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Okay, what's going on with the feminine energies? in their face and behind their back. What they got to be aware of?
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Okay. Oh, modern problems require modern solutions. Okay, I think I get that. Go on.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Anything else?
Run.
That's dark. Okay, what's going on in your face? And behind your back. Goddesses. Somebody need to keep out your motherfucking house. Sorry to curse. Sorry. Goddesses, you got somebody you need to keep out or get out. I hear the theme song to McDonald's. You deserve a break today. So get up this morning and get away. But don't fucking eat at McDonald's. Unless you eat the fruit and yogurt parfait. Those are delicious. 9 of Cups. Somebody is fucking with your... This is the Lord of Material Happiness. Somebody's fucking... What I heard is Barco Lounge? I don't know what that is. Is that a lazy boy lounger chair? Somebody's fucking with your comfort. How about that? Let's just... Now I get the energy of somebody wanting to walk around their living room butt-ass naked, but they can't. Okay. If this isn't happening to you now, I guess what you have to be concerned with next is people occupying your space, making things uncomfortable. But I don't get where... Let's go. Be aware of extended invites. And this was in reverse. Be aware of extended invites. You didn't say that long. You may have somebody that is taking over around your home. Like everything's becoming about them. I see a wormhole, a tunnel, but it's spinning. Is that like some CERN shit? Gain of function. And the woodkill. Oh, goddess, are you being extra nice at this time? Okay, I heard to rephrase that. Are you being extra nice to sofa surfers? Say that 3 times really fast. Are you being extra nice to sofa surfers? That may be coming to a world near you, or you're dealing with it now. You have someone around you who's overstayed their welcome. What's going on behind your back? What's going on behind... Oh, I don't know if it's been discussed yet, but someone knows. I'm just telling you what's coming through. So, okay, what's coming through is bread has an expiration date. I don't know what the fuck that's about. And I don't eat bread. Don't eat bread. Unless it's cornbread, that's okay. But you got somebody who knows that there's an ending approaching or that there's an expiration date approaching. And they're maybe wanting to not see it or discuss it. Like, pretend that that's not really going on. Somebody's about to put on a show for you. And no, it ain't me. Somebody's about to put on a show for you. And I do mean that in the most sad sense of the word. There's a lot of watching. There's a silent awareness of the bread expiring. I don't know what that means. There's a silent awareness of an expiration date. But there's going to be some look over there. Look over there. This is sad. So, goddesses, the universe may be gifting you a pamphlet on how to deal with subtraction. It ain't no book. It's a pamphlet. You just open it like quick notes, right? But subtraction is a thing at this time. And okay. Something's going to happen if it hasn't happened already. It's about to happen. Make sure this is your reading and the state of fits. Don't make it fit now if it ain't yours. Somebody's about to show you their thoughtlessness. Utter thoughtlessness. So let's say you're giving somebody space in your space, or you're helping somebody, right? Or, you sharing your bread with them. And you go to work. And you said, hey, you can have some of my bread, but that's all you got to eat for the week, right? They're about to show you something along the lines of, you come home from a hard day's work, your belly's all empty, you really want to eat some of that bread. Now the bread is there, but when you look over at the counter, they forgot to throw away this whole package of delicious cheeses and lettuce and onions and pickles and meats. All these extra delicious things that would go in the most incredible way between those slices of bread. When all you had was some butter and some bread. Maybe you sprinkle a little sugar on it if you're down south. But that's what you was coming home to eat. But while you was out working, or you were tending to the roof over your fucking head. Sorry to curse. While you were tending to the roof, this motherfucker over here living La Vida Loca up in this They having whole deli subs. It's deliciousness. They even have potato chips, whatever your favorites. But all of those things were empty. What you see is the trash that they simply chose not to discard because it's sitting right there next to the bread. They wasn't even thinking about it. They out on the back porch, tanning in the sun. Maybe they all covered in oily goodness, getting some sunshine, feeling good, full belly. And it's not that they ate, that's the problem. It's that they were very thoughtless, kind of selfish. What the fuck? So you had a delicious sandwich and you know I'm coming through the door eating what? You know you was wrong. How could you starve me out? Right? Someone's gonna show you this level of, I don't want to use the word disrespect because they was eating, but I guess it is disrespectful, right? Maybe it is disrespectful. It's very take advantage or misuse or selfishness. Now, I'm saying bread, right? But because there's sexual hysteria here, you could be walking through the door and somebody's got whoever you gave your space to or share space to. Maybe they got other people up in your spot that like, what the fuck what is this? What is this? When did your spot become the spot while you was gone? You may have somebody who's so thoughtless that they are allowing dates or randos to appear. They're furniture shopping in your space. Because somebody's lonely and lazy. What the fuck is... This is starting to feel more specific. So goddesses, you have options. That's always a blessing. You can let the chaos continue. I just also heard that make sure your orbit isn't turning into an IKEA. That's what I heard. Goddesses, make sure your orbit does not resemble an intergalactic IKEA with floating sofas and floating tables and coffee tables and desks and lampshades and plastic plates that don't last that long. Make sure that your orbit doesn't look like a cosmic IKEA. Make sure you do not allow anybody to turn what's in your space into a interplanetary IKEA. Okay? I'm going to guess it doesn't work as well when all of the furniture and goods are free floating. Because that includes your goods. That includes your space, your comfort. Make sure that that is not just like some open ass orbit. It's not. So yeah, there could be some mysterious extras. See, because if the IKEA was in orbit with all the furniture, right? It was floating, right? Who knows what could just float on in with all of the furniture and all the goods, right? All kind of asteroids. Now this was in reverse. You may have somebody abusing your space. I don't want to use the word entitlement, but that could be the energy that they're working with, or just I feel like the entitlement doesn't even like. It's almost like their thought process doesn't even go that far. They just want what they want. Nonetheless, goddess, if this is your data, you got to take some blame for this. Okay? After you take the blame, some blame. You ain't got to take all the motherfucking blame. But just like, you know what? That is my bad. I was nice. You could have donated some clothing to your local Goodwill, but instead you chose to be good to someone else, to a whole human directly. How dare you? Nonetheless, your good grace and divinity is very easy to absorb. Okay? It can be absorbed until there's nothing left. That's one. Or you can say, okay, I'm not putting anything else into that and pull your energy back. But you got to take some blame for this too. Somebody might need to grow up. So things do get a little bit uncomfortable when you have stopped taking care of self. So whatever it is that you were doing before this distraction showed up, you need to get to that because you're not doing that right now. Now I know you might be like, what you mean? I just had a delicious breakfast or lunch and I feel fine. No, you don't. If you got all this going on, you are not pleasing yourself. Feeding yourself, doing the basics that you need to do to survive, ain't the same as the stuff that just genuinely is all about you, gives you pleasure. And it's very easy to lose your self in being focused on others. Now, that happens if you're a parent. It happens if you are the head of the household. It happens if you are the mature one, the most mature in the environment. You are just more aware of sacrifice than everyone else. And sometimes that can also attract takers, people who expect or enjoy that sacrifice treatment. They know that you could take a lot before you say no or push back or have an issue, or maybe you just might give that general appearance of letting way too much shit slide. And so that may be a part of how you express your grace. You don't take heads off as often as maybe you should, or maybe you never do it. Either way, you got some people around you who need to learn. So, got fours here in case you're seeing those. Some changes do need to happen around the securing yourself, you being secure in your space, in your place, in your mind, in your heart. So if you're dealing with people who only know how to push buttons, take no personal accountability, might have some people who need to know what it's like to have to feed themselves. I'm not talking about your children under 18. If I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who can do for themselves. Support shouldn't be given by turning your self into the next step. You know what I'm saying? Blessings and lessons. So you have a time sensitive issue that does need to be dealt with. So a little bit of shit or get off the pot, goddess. You're gonna have to be concerned about yourself at some point like now, because you may be dealing with somebody who's on auto programming because of the support they've been given, perhaps in life. It's advanced levels of thoughtless. It doesn't like I get the energy of dealing with someone. God is maybe dealing with someone who doesn't get it. They're not gonna get it today. They're not gonna fucking get it tomorrow. They're not. I'm sorry. Hey, Tony Braxton. Just let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right. Maybe there's something in that song you need to listen to. That is Tony Braxton. Yeah, you got somebody who there may be an impasse because of chemical addiction, or somebody who's just figured out that they can get what they want by being extra. Creative. Extra creative. That does sound nicer. Alright. Somebody may be going somewhere. You need to be focused on that. And what's going to happen in your absence? That needs to be dealt with for somebody. This may have to do with health. Now, if you are planning on going somewhere, whether it's for good health, for better health, or to improve your health, or make sure you're dealing with the home, what's in your home when you're not there. Be careful who you leave in your space at this time. Second message. Feminine. Goddess, be careful who you leaving in your who you leave alone in your space. This includes people you've started dating or brand new booty. I know, I feel like I need to say it that way. Be careful who you leave in your space right now. Let's clarify that. Somebody is, hopefully you can see it. Hopefully you're all the eyes are working. You may be leaving somebody in your space who hates your guts. They're an enemy. But you may call them friend. They may call you a blessing, but they are your lesson. Ooh. Hey, if you're leaving somebody alone in your house, they're going to be doing some nasty shit. Dirty deeds, that came out in reverse, and some subtraction. I don't want to go further. Whatever this is, if you don't know everything about somebody, don't be leaving them alone in your fucking house for extended periods of time. AC/DC, dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, and they're done dirt cheap. That was really a good song, though. Goddess says, are you leaving a hooker in your house or something? I'm sorry, I don't mean that, okay? I don't mean to, that was harsh, but that's what came out, okay? Goddess, you might make sure you're not leaving Swiss cheese furniture alone in your house because they may make use of all those holes. And that's coming from a porn star. That is horrible. Goddess awareness, data. You need to be alone. I don't mean lonely. I just meant alone. If you got somebody brand new that you leaving alone in your house for an extended period of time, I would not be fucking doing that shit. Somebody's doing, or they're gonna do some unfucked up. There's some just bad. You're gonna do some bad in your house, as in bad. People might be doing things they shouldn't be doing things like that in your house. And we've talked about furniture, so it could be somebody who's, bringing in rent-a-center furniture every day up in your spot. And you already got furniture. You good. You don't need no extra sofas coming through the house every day. What is this? What is this? Beautiful goodbyes. Yeah, okay, don't be leaving new people in your spot. I'm just gonna stop there, okay? If you got people you don't know that fucking well, whether they're family or not, don't be leaving motherfuckers on vacation. Find somebody else to watch your spot if you're going on vacation right now. You may have chose the wrong person to watch your shit, or you may be thinking about the wrong person to be trusting them all up in your space. I keep getting sex cards, okay? I keep getting things going on that that you won't be told about. Secrets. Somebody will be immature in your space. So if you go away, like if you went, only example, let's say you're going away on a vacation, you leave your keys to your next door neighbor, you see him every day, you don't have any reason to think weird of that person. And while you're gone, they're doing things that are really bad. Unspoken, nobody around would know that they're doing weird shit. The others. Two sets of, okay. Yeah, somebody's gonna have some, if, let's say you left the keys to the neighbor, right? You're gone and they're smashing and passing all up in your house, going through your things. For the goddess, what's the probability? Whoever you're leaving alone in your space, you're going to go through your things. Not to mention alcohol or drugs or something chemical. They may invite others over who cause damage. I don't get the energy that they specifically will cause damage, but something that is invited in your absence brings damage. And they're going to just not tell you. And they're also not going to take responsibility, just to be fair. And whatever goes on, they're definitely going to lie about it. So just be aware of that. It will be lots of finger pointing. Not their fault. Listen, don't be leaving new people with keys to your spot while you're gone for an extended period of time. Be mindful who you leave alone in your spot. Even if it's just to go to the store type shit. Somebody's dealing with someone new. You don't know anything about them. When you leave them alone, they're going to go through your things. They're going to read stuff, look at stuff, see stuff that don't make sense. I don't know what that means. They may look at pictures or see things that they're trying to see if you're still connected to your ex or a past. Yeah, somebody's got somebody who's going to go through your stuff. They want to know if they can trust you because they got trust issues. Okay, so you may have someone in your space who has trust issues. So when you turn your back or fall asleep, whatever you do that gives them time to be alone, whatever you do, their trust issues is going to make them not trust you. So they're going to do things that would make them look untrustworthy to figure out whether you can be trusted. I'm sorry, goddess. That is... 6, do you got any messages for the goddess at this time?
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I hate video games. Because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Anything else? I don't think they find anything. Okay, go on.
Here comes that bullshit. What's up? Here comes that bull.
Here comes that bullshit. Okay, anything else?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
So if you do have someone new in your space and you want to test if this reading is yours, maybe a hidden web camera, and then see what happens. If you gotta leave someone new alone in your space right at this time, they gonna go through your shit. I hear Luther Vandross, give me a reason to want you back. Do you know? Tell me how to forgive and forget. 5 of Cups. Somebody wants to know if they should or should move on. Goddess, you may have a masculine who wants to know if he can move on, if he should move on. So he's trying to see if you're trustworthy. This may be a masculine who's going through a feminine energy stuff. Be aware. They may want to know what you're doing. I guess they're expecting to find a treasure trove of used condoms or something. Or pictures, or they want to know what the fuck you've been doing. So be aware. Oh my lord. Anything to go with that, 6?
Headshot.
Gotta be aware of bringing somebody back in your fucking energy who is paranoid android. I don't know if you're studying to be a psychologist. But if you ain't motherfucking doctor on this shit. That feels like somebody who needs to work through their baggage. Hold on. Let's clarify that person, because that feels real specific right there. Whoever this person is, they're experiencing karma in life right now because of the choices they made based on their feelings. Whoever it is, they're also hold on. They're very combative, energetically speaking. They may be combative because of what they are chained to. Chained is in responsibilities, obligations. Sorry, they. It's a responsibility that they may regard as an obligation. That could be kids or work, life. Whoever this person is, they're more of a struggle mindset than anything else. They run in 2 degrees, hot and cold. They run on solely 2 degrees, hot and cold, on or off. They may look good, but they behave badly. I hear Eminem. I just don't give a fuck. That's what I heard. Oh, so when you see me on the block with 2 Glocks screaming "fuck the world" like Tupac, what? I just don't give a fuck. I don't know what else is in that song for you, goddess. And I don't advise listening to Eminem. But okay, if that's what you do. Um, Whoever this energy is, they're unpredictable. They make excuses for a lot of things. They could be reckless when it's time to party. Very careless energy. They need to heal, but they're more comfortable operating as a shell of themselves. All they really are good with is repetition. Hamster wheel, anybody? They may be better at excuses. Yeah. They may be better at blaming. Libra energy. I'm not saying, okay, nobody get mad. I'm totally not calling any Libra a two-face. This energy is a two-face, though. So we got Aquarius and Libra. There's a two-faced energy in the sense of, like, okay, maybe somebody looks like one thing at work. Maybe somebody dresses up like Mickey Mouse at work, right? And everyone loves you. Like, oh my God, Mickey Mouse. How could you like not be smiling and happy when you see Mickey Mouse, right? But then when Mickey Mouse goes home, they take their clothes off and they're Ike Turner. I'm not saying like, but it's like that, type of left and right, hard left, hard right type of energy. So they may be good over here, but to the people who really know them, not quite the same. And this is all air energy. What is this? Gemini. Wow. I don't know why the word lively. I need to update my card. Lively? I don't think it. I would not call. I'm a Gemini. I wouldn't call myself lively. I need to change this card. Okay, but that's what's popping to me, so I'm sharing it. Live? Maybe the word is mostly about living. How they live? I don't know. Okay. Whatever it is you see, or you're aware of both sides of the public persona as Mickey Mouse, and then Ike Turner later, right? Maybe you don't tell everybody, or maybe you do. Whoever it is, they're very much in their head, and they put value on stuff that maybe isn't the most valuable. Leo. They have dangerous desires, and they put the lust over logic. So in this instance, it's like Mickey Mouse who needs to be Mickey Mouse every day. Like wake up with like I gotta be Mickey Mouse. I gotta put the hat on and the bow tie and I've gotta have my tail and my red clothes here and the ears. Everything's gotta be perfect, bitch. Like, but while Mickey Mouse is doing Mickey Mouse and getting ready for the day, how dare you smite the Mickey Mouse? How, it's what they want over everything else. And they're faithful to it. It's where their strength li- it's their strength lies in selfishness. It is like an Ike Turner energy. Eat the cake, Adam, eh? That was a horrible movie. I'm gonna have to watch that later. Because ultimately, at the end, Tina get her strength, right? She is living like the most beautiful existence. And Ike is 6 feet under. Let's all take a moment to cleanse that dirty energy. Um. So whatever this person that you're dealing with, goddess, whoever this is what they're experiencing in this lifetime. They're supposed to wake up out of this. I don't know how. I don't even own a telescope that sees that far. I should save up for a telescope that can look this far into the future and the past. Whoever this is, their ego is the death of them. It causes the endings in a lot of ways because ultimately it's their choice. Fuck. I just heard I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself. Do they have a drug habit too? Whatever the case is, they're good at baiting others. They think they can teach or like they think what they have to say should be heard. Oh, goddess. Goddesses, who are you guys dealing with? Like they want to be at the top of the food chain. But the top of the food chain requires you to bend over so they can sit on your spine. I don't like this energy. Man, I hope this energy doesn't have a penis. Does it? I hope not. It started off with feminine energy though. They're a bit of a know-it-all. Oh, what is this? If this is a feminine energy that I'm talking about, they have some health issues. Sagittarius. They have some health issues. They have some health issues, or they're about to have health issues. It has to do with sleep. I don't know why I went to put my hand around my neck. So there may be some sleep or breathing issues. I heard apnea. There may be some breathing issues. Not for y'all, whoever you're dealing with. Remember, I just want to be clear on whoever you're dealing with. I think I've gone really far on that. So You either know it's your data or it's not. I hear Usher. She likes it my way. What I say goes, and I'm in control. Mm-mm. Somebody's anger. Weird. It feels like someone's anger or something about the way they talk or something they say is going to let you know about their health issues or they'll talk about it. That's so weird. What a dark energy. It's like somebody who just wants you to feel bad enough to do anything. But they're a false person. Secretly hater. Goddesses, be careful what energy you got in your space right now. Especially if you doing okay and other motherfuckers are not. You may have to make a choice real soon about chilling with yourself. Especially if you're doing good. Take a break and enjoy your shit. Enjoy your existence. You're gonna have to block off. This may be this week. Somebody doesn't need to see what you got. Somebody doesn't need to see your come up. Yeah, control yourself. Okay, I'm done clarifying and giving y'all these messages. Extra shit right here. I hope you guys are doing well. How's everybody? Six, do you have any closing messages for the goddesses?
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
What else?
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
One more.
Snake. Snake.
Anything else?
Don't dare say I don't love you. Don't you dare. Because I'm here.
I'm sorry. My allergies are kicking my ass. So, listen. I don't know who's doing really well. You're doing good. Everything's good with you. Goddess, I really do get the energy of being reserved on who you tell that shit to. I feel like you know who I'm talking about already. One more, please.
Headshot.
Goddess, you're going to have to be careful. I'm just speaking on this week, but please be mindful of who you let get in your space. What I saw first was someone, you may have a friend who doesn't like that you are doing okay in love, or that you're successful at love, or maybe it looks like it appears or it comes easy to you. They don't need to hear about that. They can see it. So you don't need to mash it in their face. And I know you wouldn't do that, but that's how they're going to perceive it anyway. Excuse me. What I also see is somebody looking at someone, looking like you invite someone over and they can just see with their eyeballs that you're doing okay, that you're not like surrounded by a pile of trash. Like, how dare you? How dare you not be rolling around on the floor in garbage? Why not? Why do you look healthy and everything's cool? The fuck? What's wrong with you? Why aren't you miserable and falling apart? Why not? I'm not saying they're going to do anything bad to you, goddess, but it just feels like waste. Utter fucking waste. Let the haters hate from over there. And this may be somebody you maybe didn't see them as a hater at first, but if you close your eyes, you're going to see it in a minute. It just feels like wasted energy. It feels like an asteroid that don't even need to be nowhere near your orbit. You could push that back out. You could push that out back out into the cosmos very easily. Feels like no thank you, I'm busy. I got shit to do. No, we can't hang out. I got the green apple splatters, girl. I'm busy. Say something. But it definitely feels like enjoy your space, enjoy the roof over your head, enjoy the beauty of your orbit, what's in it. But watch your hating ass friends or people who don't think you deserve love. Be mindful of them single bitches you got floating around your happy relationships. Please clarify on that, Six. That felt sudden and specific.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No.
I'm gonna stop that. Anything else?
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
I just heard bitches always after my Lucky Charms. Bitches always after my Lucky Charms? What? Maybe you're eating cereal. Lucky Charms? It's a delicious cereal. Maybe somebody's eating your cereal or after, maybe they think they can get what you have. Oh, Lord. Anything else, Six?
Here comes that bullshit. What up? Here comes that bullshit.
This is something you've already dealt with, Goddess. That sucks. I'm sorry. I wish you luck and happiness. You doing yourself brings in the chickens. So make sure this is not looking that way. I just heard, make sure you're smiling in the faces of your haters. That don't mean you got to talk to them. Just make sure that you smile. Specifically at this time. Something about your silent happiness. Your display of happiness. Now I see a woman with a large brim hat. I see her from behind though. I see ocean, or what looks like ocean in front. And she's getting the sun. Your light is going to be troublesome to somebody. You just got Lucky Charms? Okay. Well, watch out. Somebody's after your Lucky Charms. Put some tape on the box. Put some tape on the box so you know if it be messed with. Get your light. Your light is going to bother some bitches. Male and female right now. So, I don't know. Maybe you need like some sun visors you can pass out when you spot your haters. You could just give them a hat like, bitch, I know the light is so bright. Here you go. Here you could block out some of this light you wasn't worthy of anyway. But be mindful of your smile this week. It has a very that's dark. It has a very stabbing value to it. Like it cuts. Hey, Brian Adams cuts like a knife, but it feels so right. Wow. Okay, I suppose that's grace in a different way. Ooh. Your smile is like without words, like you're gonna be rubbing something in somebody's face. It's a lot of extra messages coming right now. You're gonna be rubbing something in someone's face. Something about this week. Between now, this week, there's 7 days. You got your smile is troublesome. You're okay. How? Why? Somebody doesn't know your strength. You know what? Okay, I get that. A motherfucker who can only think about being weak probably would have a little bit of trouble visualizing strength, right? That would give me a headache. But okay, goddess, you must be able to handle that shit. You must be able to handle it very well. Oh, is that you, Miss? Is that you, Miss Hooper? You bothering bitches from a distance? You don't even. Okay, damn. All right, you bothering bitches from a distance. That happens. Mm. If I had a trumpet, I would play music for their funeral of unhappiness, but they'd be the only ones in attendance, apparently. Oof. Well, maybe those energies will wake up in this lifetime, and instead of wanting to see you fail or not be happy, maybe they can think finally for themselves, like, hey, wonder if I could be happy too. You know, Miss Hooper is setting a great example of potential and greatness, and if she can move ahead, I can pick myself up by the bootstraps, and I can be a better person on the inside and reflect that on the outside and share happiness with my orbit and the people around me too. Even the dog left on that one. The dog got up out of his sleep and just ran outside. Even Bear knows that was bullshit. It sounded good though, didn't it? But it didn't sound good because the dog left him. He barked under his breath like, "Oof, that's some bullshit," and he took off. Hmm. Okay, so maybe they don't come through. No, Bear bounced on that bullshit. He was asleep under my desk. I said what I said. He got up. He went roof, and he took off. And there's nothing going on out there. It was just so much bullshit. And there he goes. Hold on a second. Nope, I was wrong. That's Amazon. So he could hear things before anyone else. But the timing's good, huh? Anyways, he's gonna cut up for a minute. So I might have to save y'all's ears. So I'm sorry that people are gonna have, or that they're having trouble adapting. Ascension and the shift is difficult for everyone in one way or another. But for those of you that look like you're doing good, it makes it even more difficult for the people around you. And best I can say is say a generous prayer for them and deorbit the asteroids and smile while they go away. You left your house behind and waiting on another house, and you're still golf clap. Golf clap. Now don't you be doing weird stuff, okay? Don't you be doing weird stuff, Miss Hooper, like being all extra happy taking pictures of your comfort and your successes, okay? Don't be doing weird stuff like that. Don't you be showing anybody that you could be happy and strong. Don't do stuff like that, okay? Don't. Try your best, okay? Because they all like you better when you are weak or at least they believe. See, if all they understand is weakness, they can apply that anywhere they need to. But it's probably very difficult to understand what strength looks like on all of its levels. So even what they may perceive as weakness obviously is not. But I don't know, man. Unless you're an optometrist, you probably can't really alter their vision. That's for them to do in this lifetime. But certainly work on your smile in the mirror. Is this the asshole smile? Is this the fuck you bitches smile? Or is this my I'm just doing all right smile? In between brushing the teeth and combing the hair, you got to work on that. Which smile are you transmitting? Which one do you want to transmit while you're doing you? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I do give you a golf clap. Hey, Six, do you got any other messages for the collective? If you guys have a yes or no question, please let me know. If not, I will not keep you any longer. Six, do you have any other messages?
I'm in danger.
Really? Who's in danger? Tell us about that.
I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my god.
Was that for someone's haters?
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. Make sure you're not wasting your energy trying to worry about the opinions of people whose elevators don't even go to the top fucking floor. Anything else?
I expect nothing, and I'm still let down.
That happens. That is part of that ascendant thought, right? No, hold on. I saw a question. Okay. What is my definition of ascension? Free range brain. My definition of ascension is being aware, more aware than others, of the lies, the bullshit. It's knowing I could fuck you up and not doing it. Coming from a place and a time when we would engage the bullshit. Ascension to me is knowing you're above it, but not needing to rub it in anyone's face. Just walking in that energy unto the self. To me, ascension is I could get involved with this chaotic group of people over here, or I could do for myself and not have to deal with all of the karma that I know by looking ahead. I get the overhead shot from up here. So I get to look ahead and go, you guys are all gossip artists. You fight, you battle with each other. You think that's cool and everything. The problem is you have to stay with that energy. That is a fixed energy and it has an orbit to it. The ascension is knowing that orbit and what's in that orbit when other people do not. There's a group of people, maybe they like to bully, because we always get that, right? Maybe there's a bully group and you were a part of that bully group, but now you've ascended. You see things differently. You get that overhead shot and you understand, well, yes, the group may bully together, they may have fun together, but unfortunately, one day, what's in the orbit? Getting closer to all of those divine bodies. What's getting closer is trouble. What's getting closer is the asteroid coming through their system that isn't going to put up with that bully shit. Maybe those people who are bullies aren't prepared for the new world where other people are ascending. And in that ascension comes rules and hardships and punishments for people who bully. That is ascension. The ones who are at the top looking overhead like, I told y'all to get out of that bullshit a year ago. I told you to knock that shit off. Y'all didn't. So since I did and you bullied me for saying, hey, we should stop. You bullied me, so you go away, right? And you watch the others and what goes into their orbit. Ascension is not being in that orbit. Ascension is saying that's not my energy anymore. Ascension is looking at the person that you were with for a year or two, right? And they're not improving, they're not getting better, they're abusive. It's time to leave, but they pay for everything. They buy you nice stuff, but they're a dick. And maybe your kids see that. Maybe your dog sees it. And the dog's like, bitch, I don't want to be here. That dude's a jerk. And you stay. A lot of people would stay because it's financially comfortable. It's financially safe. But the ascension is knowing that's unhealthy because you're destroying the people around me emotionally. You're fucking with my emotions. Yeah, I can eat and everything like that, but I'm sad. I'm unhappy. Look at the dog. The cat doesn't even hang out with us anymore. The ascension is saying that's not okay and rising out of that, even if it requires a few bumps in the road to get there. It's taking yourself and your loved ones out of poison. That's ascension. It happens all the time. Now, I do believe more people are experiencing ascension. Yes, but it's still a choice. It's still a choice. It's not inflicted upon you. It's a choice. You can either look around and see what's good and what's not, and what's healthy and what's not. Either you have the vision to see it or you don't. You have the logic to see it, you don't. You have the wherewithal to not cause harm to others. You're above that earth glue. You're not a part of the earth jizz that keeps people stuck and uncontrollably running around that wheel. But you do have control. But to me, the ascension is saying I'm not a part of that wheel. I wait a minute. So if I just stop running, the wheel stops? I could just get off? What the fuck? Really? To me, the ascension is taking the decision to stop that running in that chosen direction that the wheel was there before you. But you can get off now and explore the new world. Hey, look around. I could be a part of the sadness. I could let somebody take me down, hurt my feelings. I could do that. Or I'm ascended enough that I can look at you and understand that the way you're treating me is really about you. So let me just move over here. I'm not just going to stand here and keep taking the hit. I'm going to move over here. That's a physical ascension and a mental ascension. But I think ascension doesn't look like one particular thing. It's what the soul is experiencing. Did you come here to experience higher levels of the self? Or did you just come here to be furniture? There, it's a different thing for everyone. I do believe furniture can ascend also if you want. But again, free will, choices. Choices to do something, choices to do nothing. Choices to be above other people's bullshit, or choices to hop right on into the cesspool with them. You're free to experience all of that and all that goes with it. But I think ascension is a state of soul, a state of mind, a state of being. And I'm sure it comes with its challenges and its temptations. And we may give in to some of those temptations along the way. We may pay attention to those challenges or become a part of them. But the ability to extract oneself, if you look around, isn't the easiest thing to do. Extracting yourself from the chaotics of this realm is not easy, especially when you have um, so many people in positions of presumed power that their greatest effort, their greatest success is inflicting karma, inflicting bad energy, bad experiences, um, loss, sadness, all the darker elements of this realm. You literally can run towards a group of people that everyone just goes, okay, they can tell us what to do. Ascension is saying, wait a minute, I have enough logic not to run into traffic. I have enough logic to not harm my neighbor or take. I have enough logic to do this, and I also have enough logic to know that this systemic belief is bullshit. And it's something that is impressed upon us. It doesn't help us. It's inflicted upon you. You accept it, well, choose your own adventure. But the ascension, I do believe we can all experience the highest version of it, but got to stop fighting and hold hands first. How difficult is that? Whew. Anyways, I hope that that answered your question. It was really long, wasn't it? Hey, Six, what are your thoughts on ascension? What is it to you?
They played us like a damn fiddle!
Okay, and what else?
Well, boys, we did it. Racism is no more.
The isms. The message says, well, boys, we did it. Racism is no more. It's the isms. It must be a big part of this realm is how you are taught separation. At every corner, you're being separated. The self is being separated from itself. Anything else, Six?
Hose man! 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 Hose man!
I don't think Six has really ascended just yet. I think Six is still working on that. But if not, it's jealousy, envy, hoes being mad. What else are hoes gonna do? I mean, they can hoe, but maybe in their spare time they get mad. Hmm. Anything else, Six?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So Six is, um, I think to Six, the ascension is being one with the self and the universe. It is what it is. I don't know. Anyways, all right. May I see your question. You're asking about a house. Hello, everyone. But I see you wrote 2 questions here, May. Oops. Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. So you're asking a yes or no question. Let's have a lucky milk and cookies. You want to know if you're going to get your other house? Are you waiting on work to do? It's you don't have it now. There's a yes and a possibility, but there's work to be done? I don't like this part though. Dirty deeds. There's paperwork to deal with. Dirty deeds. Some paperwork's got to be dealt with. And somebody is maybe being choosy or selective. Options. Somebody's trying to figure out who they can trust. I'm trying to figure out who they can trust and who's lying. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this. It feels like somebody's not moving as fast as they could. Somebody needs to ask, you need to ask what's going on, or just a little check-in. Just a little check-in. Somebody's doing something bad. Or they're either doing something bad or they're doing something lazy. Claire, hold on. I keep hearing let it flow. Let it flow. Somebody's playing games on purpose. I don't like that. And it's coming from a sour place, like a uppity. It's a bit sedity. This energy feels, ugh. I gotta throw my hands back on that one, like, what the fuck? So, okay. Oh my God. Who's the bitch? I'm sorry about that. Who is the bitch? Because she's not nice. Okay, that's. Hello, everyone. I'm not always this emotional, but. Okay, so Grace. 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 Mrs. Hooper. Miss Hooper. Grace. Where's your Grace? Gonna need you to boil up a little extra. Just put some seasoning on it. Let it marinate in the refrigerator overnight. Sprinkle some on for the next week. Just keep your. Don't let them see you sweat. Oh, I also okay. What I heard is also sprinkle that marinator sauce right now, right? Don't sprinkle it with just a little bit of I don't give a fuck. But your Grace, maybe you just want to check on the situation. Make sure everything is okay. Because I don't like dirty deeds. Somebody not being fully forthcoming in it, paperwork issues, or somebody's just not moving as fast as they could. Somebody might think that they're better than you, and so they can do that. And so that is high. It feels like uppity, high level ego. Like, okay, I heard Tyler's Turo. I heard Tyler, you're not important. Stop trying to be important. I'm not saying someone wants you to beg. I am going to say, though, somebody does want to be coddled a little bit. Appreciate it a lot more. So if you do have a feminine or somebody helping you, or you feel like you know who this is, somebody wants a little bit more niceness coming from you. Because maybe you don't, somebody's going through conflict. So you just want to make sure you're not coming in with the right timing on a logical question. It does feel like you're dealing with somebody who's emotional and they maybe don't have the greatest self-esteem for themselves or for what you may be getting ready to acquire. Maybe you did it earlier than they did it, or you have a different type of freedom than they have. What? Who cares? Sometimes some people are just sour before you ever showed up. Some people are just dark energy before you ever showed up. Some people just look at things in a dark way before they ever saw you. And they'll do it after you. And you can do about that. So you might be dealing with somebody who knows one style of bitchiness. Okay? You might know somebody like they could be. It just feels it feels like somebody who needs to be like do you need to throw rose petals on the floor where they walk? It's somebody who just I could say some ill shit right now that is coming into my head And I don't want to do that because it's really fucked up. And I don't want y'all thinking I even run with language like that. But whoever that person is, maybe you look better or they just carry that energy. So they need a different length of spoon. They need a different type of kid glove style. Just they need you to kiss their ass in a different type of way that I would want to punch someone in their face. But that's just me. That doesn't mean that that's you, okay? You most likely have better control over your emotions than I do, okay? And I think I have really good control over my energies. So I think that's just kind of where you need to be in dealing with this person because you don't know what's being said around you to this person that's making them feel like they can act that way. Yeah, there could be others that they're talking to. Here's Scorpio. Miss Hooper, I am not going to cuss people out on your behalf. I could. I could if it'll stop you from cutting up. If it'll help you carry a gigantic bag full of grace in and out of this situation while you're getting into your spot. What's going on with your brother's wife? What's the state of mind that you got to be mindful of at this time of your life? I get a quote. Okay, I get Aquarius, Gemini, and feminine energy. Somebody go through a breakup? Somebody going through a breakup or their relationship? I'll just call them the missus. We'll just call your brother's wife the missus. The missus is going through some type of relationship issue on their own. Somebody may be talking to, so your brother or whatever could be talking to an ex, or maybe they're getting flirted with, or they have options. It doesn't mean that they're practicing them, but somebody's aware of breakage. Clarify that. Ooh. Somebody had an error in logic. We got Taurus. Somebody's protecting their. Okay, so she's being protective, even though she's wrong. She's being protective. So the things that she thinks become reality. Okay. The missus could be that type of energy that could speak darkness into light. And I don't mean darkness into light like some miracle data. Like they could bring their dark thoughts into their reality. And let me simplify that even further. You ever be around somebody who always got something dark to say? You're like, let's go. I don't know why this came in. Let's go rollerblading. And that person would be like, we shouldn't go rollerblading because you could accidentally rollerblade off the side of a freeway into a car. And you're like, what the fuck will we be doing on a freeway? What the You got somebody who can always find the dark in any situation, and they may be more comfortable with that. Now, if that ain't the case, they're just crazy mentally. There is something off balance mentally. Whoever the missus is, the missus wants to be the center stage, center of attention. They want your loyalty. Mm. They want your loyalty. Anything short of that, they don't trust you. It is it's a my way or the highway type of energy. Ah, they're a control freak. And so you need to give the okay, so with this type of energy, you got to give them the illusion that they're in control, especially if you need something from them at that time. They have to be under the illusion that they're in control. The dynamic, though, when it comes to that type of exchange with anyone, if someone's hell bent on control, oftentimes they're blind to everything else. So even if you look like you're playing along with it, but you really understand, you only see one side. You just see my way or the highway. That doesn't include anything in the city. But you don't know what's going on in front of you or behind you. You just know you want to control everything else. Somebody with that type of mindset probably does spend a lot of time in anger because once people figure their shit out, they leave or they back away or they pull away. When people don't figure that out, they suffer it. They may get married to it. They may end up in interactions with it. Be aware of that. Okay. Hello, everybody. Just be aware of that. Because I'm not going to tell you to manipulate them back, but this type of energy, a couple of books on narcissists and how to roll with that energy. I feel like you could probably get what you wanted out of this person, but you got to know how to play their game better than they've managed to. And it feels like the way they've managed to play their game is getting up on that pedestal. Their dark ways of thinking, their controlling behavior, and their addiction to anger or making others act or behave a certain way, like to gain her trust. And there's the reverse. Shh. This is dark. I'm done. I'm not going to say that. But I don't have any other words now. I'm not going to tell you to experiment with them. I'm going to say read some books on that type of energy. And yes, Ibrahim, I'll take a yes or no. I don't want to tell you to experiment, but this is lab coat data. Whoever the missus is lab coat data. So I do feel like though you do need to contact them about or speak to them or just like a hi, just checking on you. How you doing? You crossed my mind. I was blah 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 and I thought of you. Everything okay over there? Oh, that's wonderful. You know, a little bit of banana in the tailpipe. I feel like your ex is a narcissist. Okay, so you do have experience with this. So then you do have experience in helping the ocean current flow in a particular direction with a narcissist. So I don't know if you need to brush up on that data. So you might want to brush up on that data. Somebody really just wants jeez. I'm sorry, I'm tired of this. I am tired of this. That you and that person, the missus, both have to learn how to balance yourself in the midst of chaos. And you also need to know what situations you belong in and which ones don't. So if it's a soul draining situation or you have had experience and you know it could happen to you again, you're supposed to be doing something about that. Like not putting yourself in those situations. But if you do find yourself in that, this is where you learn to be inventive, right? And crafty. Okay, I know this situation. I've seen this energy before. I know if I do this, it gets worse. You already know over time that energy gets worse. So you could prepare for that now. Now you see it. You could prepare for this. Read, catch up. You got to do a little class. Maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos on the narcissistic, and not just the narcissistic mind, but what's a few steps below that. Because you could be, with regards to the missus, you could be we could be looking at giving that type of label to somebody who might be going through abuse. Maybe that's how they protect themselves. But, everybody responds to trauma a different way, especially as an adult. And sometimes assholes are being assholes because people keep fucking them up the ass every time they don't do asshole stuff. So some people are just responding from a place of trauma. You do all okay. So hopefully that helps. I hope that helps you. Ibrahim, feels like you need to learn to play the game sometimes. Yeah, I don't need to put cards on that. Yeah, you do have to learn how to play the game a little bit. But you're playing the game enough that you don't get hurt, not to manipulate others. But let's see what's here. And Jimmy Dean, you asked, is there going to be a nuclear war? Ooh, Lord. My stomach is growling. I don't know if I can answer that deep one. I can tell you that, yeah, you already are at war. But you and most of the planet are confused as to who's really at war and who's really, who's experiencing the combat. All right, so Ibrahim wants to know if it's the learning, the higher learning. Excuse me. Ibrahim, there are some lessons you haven't gone through yet. So I don't know what higher learning you're referring to. Let's pull that again. Because I got 3 no's. There's some lessons, some confusion you have to get through. Are you moving in the right direction in life? Are you moving in a healthy direction in life? Are you moving towards healthier conditions in life? Yes and yes. So there is a cycle. You're getting to that place where you are ready to go, but there's that test. There's that screwy old test about what you put value in. Who you put value in. And you need to quit overthinking shit. Part of the experience is just having an experience. It's not overthinking your way through it. Hello, everyone. Don't overthink this shit. You really actually do have to go through stuff. You gotta experience it. And then you gotta be like, okay, I don't want to experience that bullshit. Or you know what? I do want to experience this. This is cool. That fucking sucks. So in the middle of that is the test. But are you working on everything you like? Are you really working towards where you want to be in 10, 20, 50 years? Because what it looks like to me, if I go back to the original hand, looks to me like you're giving yourself, you or somebody around you, I won't say you or someone around you is really too many excuses. Too many excuses, too much focusing on can't do it yet. Not yet. Look. So you keep putting barriers in front of yourself. Or you get started and then the path becomes too much, or you let stress overwhelm, you overthink. You overthink. You overthink, so you should knock it off. 6, you got any advice for Abraham?
I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God.
Anything else? I'm going to, I'm going to just say on 6's behalf, you gotta have that competitive thrust, you know? That energy to move forward and have the experiences and all that. To clarify that, I can't explain that. 6, I was trying to find something nice. I don't have anything. 6, you got anything else?
Do you know the way?
Thank you. Do you know the way? You do. It's there. Anything else?
This is brilliant, but I like this.
So why are you holding back brilliance? The fuck is that all about? Anything else?
Are you going to come out here and conduct your words and speak respectfully and have a conversation, or you're not.
Hold on, let me open up my little charger thing. Maybe it hears better. 6, you sound like you on one. Anything else?
We've been tricked, we've been backstabbed, and we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
Well, now that can happen if you're taking advice from people that are running on hamster wheels. Anything else?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Caring about the opinions of others a little too much? Or talking yourself out of starting or keep going? Anything else?
Correct!
I don't get that one. One more, please.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I don't know how far this goes, Ibrahim, but there needs to be a little more savage. That's my luxurious way of saying savage. Need a little savage. I don't know where you got that stored in your medicine cabinet. And I don't think it's any medicine that anyone else can take. It's your medicine. You need a little savage. Maybe you got some in your back pocket or something. But I hope you understood that. You need a little bit of savage. Maybe there's some in your family that comes with the bloodline. Oh shit. Ibrahim, where did you come from? Don't write that. My question was regarding your bloodline. I don't know if you know your family history or not, but it's tied to something. It's tied to something of significance. If you don't know your family history, you're like the far bloodline. You should probably look into that. There's some divinity is what came out. I'm gonna stop there. Because doing that work would be extra draining, and y'all are probably already hear my stomach growling. You should look at something in your family history. I don't want to say it's warrior data, but it's above that. It's higher than that. So I'm not going to say like, oh, your people were great fighters and you guys were Vikings. I'm not going to say that. It was higher than that. Very interesting. What I'm getting the sense of is that whatever you're doing in this life right now, you have to overcome the God. Go back and look at your family history. I don't like to repeat everything that I hear just in case that shit sounds nuts. Your fear of moving forward has something to do with what you were doing in one particular lifetime that maybe you were to blame for, or there's some connection to something that affected a lot of people. So maybe it doesn't mean it's directly you, but you may be still carrying the energy of um what's the word? Fuck, what's the word? It's like holding oneself back. Restraint. There may be a there's a reason for self-restraint in this lifetime. There's a reason for it. Should look into that, Abraham. See what your bloodline was doing hundreds of years ago. Or the area as far back as you can find your family growing up. Um, Wherever your family, far back as you can go, where they lived, what happened there? It affected a lot of people. And so there's a soul feeling of hesitation. I keep hearing about the air around me that I breathe. Something affected the air, or it was in the air. Stop there. Hold on, y'all. Cigar time. You originate from Iran and Iraq. Abraham, you know I ain't gonna charge you. Knock that shit off. We can expand on it. I just need some food in my belly. I need some food in my belly. And I do like, I'm so bad with this. When I know I have certain work to do, I will not eat. It's a reward system that's my mental screwy shit. But yes, we can expand on that. I can try. For shizzle. That might be a remote viewing. So you may have to get as much information as you can. Whatever like what a couple of points, and then slim it down to specific information, and let's see what I pull from a couple of numbers you give me. Thank you, Ibrahim. Now I ain't gonna turn down no money. Obviously, I have an OnlyFans. I show my boobs. Sorry. I ain't gonna turn down no money. I wouldn't turn it down, but it is never required. And it's even more draining when there's no food. No food in my stomach. I haven't even had breakfast or anything. Just delicious coffee. And half of a granola bar. Lame. Okay. But yes, we can do that. What time is it? I don't know. I can try to hop on later tonight or tomorrow. I do want to start with a schedule. I really, really do want a schedule. So I was thinking like 11 or 12 noon. Like when I first started this live, I was thinking about sticking with that time. So we can work around that stuff too. Oh, Jimmy's over here putting in some data. Interesting. You originate from Afghanistan. Didn't know all that stuff. Love it. Okay. Jimmy, you had a question. Are aliens on Earth now? Yes. Yes. What you perceive to be aliens have been here. Yeah. There's alien craft, there's alien people, beings rather. Yeah. But let's see what the cards say, because my perception of when people say alien life, I say, look in the mirror. You are crossbred or cross-contaminated with alien species of who knows what kind. Are there currently beings on this planet that originated from a different planet in outer space? It's a half and a half there. The answer is yes. They are divine beings, and that's a weird way to, what? Okay. I heard they're divine beings and loss leaders. Divine beings and loss leaders. I don't understand that. Hey, Six, tell us about the aliens on this plane that came from a different planet.
Tactical nuke
Uh, out of random curiosity, Six, can you tell us more about that nuke? I think Six is answering your first question there, Jimmy. Can you tell us about that nuke data, please?
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. What? Guys. What else?
You freaking bricks! When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Maybe the aliens are here to help with that. Anything else?
You freaking bricks! When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
I think you're trying to drive a point home there. I think we get it. Anything else, Six?
Modern problems require modern solutions.
I agree with that. What else?
I am no man, but that thing. It scares me.
If you know what, if there are other beings that came from somewhere else right now, new ones, they might be here to help with that. Yeah. They might be here to help with that. Did it say you freaking Brits? I don't think it said that. I think it said, when will you, if you're talking about the screaming one, I think it said, when will you learn? I don't know what all it says. I just heard it say, when will you learn your actions have consequences? So the only way out is to love the selves. That'll be easy. Ah. Are there beings that are here from another plane to intercept or stop any type of nuclear action? Okay, that's a no. That is a no. That's karma. That's karma and choice and more no's. Let me hard shuffle that. Will there be a nuclear destructive event of any kind in the year 2022? Okay. I'm getting that I'm not asking the right question. I don't know what the next question would be to ask. I don't know what the right question is. So this has a look to me now. It's my wacky ass drawing, but this right here looks like something from the sky, but overhead, but not like it's falling, but like it's sending, like it's spreading. Like signal. You know what I'm saying? But it comes from overhead. Right now, India, Pakistan, China are all on Russia's side. Hey, before I quit and go find food, my hunger pain just went away. Let's have a peek into the intentions right now of Mr. Put It In. That's what I'm going to call him. Putin. I'm going to call him Put It In. So let's look at Mr. Put It In real quick. What is the state of mind of Mr. Put It In right now regarding the rest of the world and war? 6.
Nope.
Bro, for real, I'm blocked. Come on, tell us something.
Everyone, we have an announcement to make. Stop bullying!
6 ain't playing ball on this one, y'all. 6 is not playing ball on this one. Anything else? Hold on. Stop bullying. That's the message. Anything else?
Run.
Thank you. Clarity. Now let's get back to Mr. Put It In. What's his plan towards this battle situation?
You see me fucking laughing, man? I ain't fucking laughing.
He wants to be taken seriously, doesn't want to be thought of as a joke. What else?
Monster kill, 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 kill.
Oh my. Does not want to be, wants to be respected, does not want to be taken for granted or taken, wants to let you know that you can be touched. What else? While simultaneously being the butt of the joke. Does not enjoy being the butt of the joke. Not okay. Feels like does not want to be disrespected. Go on.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Girl, you know what? I'm good. I'm stopping this. Listen. Yeah, Jimmy, you started it. And you know what? I stripped butt naked and walked through the cornfield backwards with ya. So we both will hold this L together. Sudden awareness. What is his intention at this time? Mr. Put It In. Strength, wisdom, balanced chaos. The desire, the test of desire, influence, and the group. Oops. So here we get 14, 19. Somebody definitely wants to be seen in a different way. He wants something restored. Restorations. From wants others to feel like they need to avoid consequences with him, but something's different. This is weird. This is weird. There's something that's happening to Mr. Put It In. And he's tired of being blamed. But there's truly something, there's a helpless energy. Because the masculine here is in reverse. Quiet storm. Do not know what's coming next. Not going to speak on it. I get shyness here twice. I don't even know how that would apply to that dude. But in the middle of everything is power. Naturally, I think that's easy to reach. What I don't like is he's a live action role player. So there may be threats. He may be in a threatening state of mind, but it's high level ego. So Leo comes out in reverse. We know this to be a lion in most instances, right? But in reverse, that's not a lion. Very narrow minded, though. But I take this as a weakness, the way I see it. Because there's a live action role player, there's a pretender, there's someone who's pretending to be strong, someone who is requiring a balance that they need or what they see as balanced. The problem is the desire to screw everybody else up. Something he doesn't have experience in. There's no experience in, oh my God, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not what this is. Okay. So my question was, when I saw the card about health issues, no experience with health, my brain brought in the Rona. You don't have experience fighting a battle while there's simultaneously a global pandemic happening. Does he really want war, or does he want to remove the pandemic production? Is that really the goal, or is that the weapon of choice? Something about this Rona and whatever else they're working on. I get the idea of wanting to control land. That was always a desire. I get the idea of wanting to control money. That was always a desire ever since they created it, right? But this situation creates a different type of control. This isn't just dropping a nuke. It's not. Because now they can drop other stuff, right? Now there's other weapons. Now there's other weapons. This is gross. The quiet experiment. Are the labs creating? Are the people the ones creating Rona? Is this a weapon for war? Or is what's going on right now in the creation of such illnesses? Are these really weapons of war and mass destruction? The bottom of the deck, yes. And Ibrahim, I don't know enough about the conflict about restoring this or that. I mean, I know that that's not an educated place to speak from. But I think a lot of us here are trying to eat. A lot of us are trying to make sure we got a roof over our head. And the war is not ours, never was. Those battles belong to the rulers whose positions were assumed and everyone went along with it. When the planet's done being a slave, you'll stop. But I know that no battle belongs to us. These are wars that come from a very small group of people. It's a very small group of people saying, this is what happens to everyone. And the sickest part about it is you don't have to do any of it. Literally. All we have to do is hold hands. And there has to be more of us holding hands than them. That's it. We don't even have to hold hands forever. We just got to hold hands for a little while and go, together, collectively, no. That means the people who are going over shooting up things because they were given orders, they have to do it too. Collectively, we all have to do it. And my greatest fear for us as a species is that we won't know anything about togetherness until we can all look up in the sky and see it coming at us. When the danger or the threat comes from something that we cannot control, I think that's when everybody gets together. But you'll be getting together to say goodbye if you're lucky. And as long as everybody, what's that saying? Power perceived? Power perceived is power believed. Power given is power taken. I don't know how hungry everybody has to get. I don't know how. I do know one thing. Nobody can empathize with what another person is going through, like a third world country. No rich country can truly empathize with another third world country if you haven't experienced it. If you don't know what it's like to wake up and starve and search for food, or if you don't know what it's like to grow up in a building that looks run down and the building next door to it looks even worse because it's had a missile run through it. If you don't know what that shit is like, it's going to be impossible for you to empathize with it. It really is. You haven't starved. It's probably not the first thing on your mind to go help somebody else who's starving. So it's on this realm, there's just a big collage of people having all of these different experiences literally in the same place. And we could all balance it out. We literally could. There's more than enough people to create balance. But Jimmy, this is a very scary time. Don't put that much pressure on yourself. It was always scary. The sticky, the Rona. We dealt with that, right? We got through it. But before we even dealt with that, we were told about it, warned about it. Presidents talked about it happening. The main lead doctor did interviews years before this event happened. And those labs where those things were generated and created have been in business for how long? None of this was overnight. Nobody just pulled it out of their ass. Literally, that Fauci dude and his wife, how did they both study the same thing? He did interviews talking about what the world was going to go through when they did this. Now, the unfortunate part is whatever they made in that lab that got out, or was sent out, or was aired out, whatever that was just one of the experiments they were working on. I wouldn't believe any new sudden experiment. And now we should be questioning everything. Monkeypox? Really? How come nobody ever talks about the people who were investing in those things before they became our problems? They're just questions no one wants to ask, and the people at the top don't feel like they have to answer it. Power perceived. Is power believed? So we are all going to go through the its. I don't believe there's going to be any nuke stuff. I think there's going to be nuke activity. The media doesn't ask your questions, and you know what's messed up? Most people have the same questions you have. What are we doing to get in front of the people who need to answer questions? You're distracted by mindless entertainment. Well, yeah, you were distracted by that. You're distracted by school. You're distracted by monthly bills. You're distracted by trying to find somebody to populate the earth with or fall in love with. You're distracted by health and the healthcare system around us. You're distracted by all things that were made to work in a consistent state of malfunction. We can blame it on the entertainment, but that's not all. You could turn this off and you still have to find food. Turn on a light switch. Uh-oh, here comes those monthly bills. Fucking A, man. Oh, wow, you have to pay for the water if that was naturally here before any of us got here? Okay, cool. Uh, there's plenty to distract you from. And so imagine how angelic and close to God you have to be able to work through this shit. I never believed that 144,000 number, but look at the world. That's an interesting number as to who's doing what and going where. So, but listen, again, all we have to do is hold hands and say no together. And yet, I don't know why getting you to comply with the confusion is so much easier than us getting our next door neighbor to hold hands, or it's easier to get them to make us destroy ourselves. I don't get that part. I'm sure something about it's written somewhere, but I don't get that part. Elon is trying to go to Mars. There must be a reason why he's trying to go there. Because that's what the aliens do. Alien. It's resources, and we've already been there. Sorry to hurt your heart. We did RV stuff on this stuff ages ago when I was learning. Not only are we already on other planets, but we have built infrastructure into other places off this planet. We are already off the planet. If you want verification of that, there's a couple of websites. I don't know how active they still are, but they're active websites that show satellite launches or payload launches that leave the Earth, and where do they go? Where do they go? Nobody's asked about that. And they'll show you, there's a couple of websites, I used to watch them, where they show you the times and the plans, and they're putting goods into space elsewhere. We are already on other planes, other worlds. And they're stocking them up with lovely supplies. It is not an accident that there's no baby formula or that there are shortages. Not an accident. Has nothing to do with the war. Nothing at all. It's a redistribution of goods because they need to go there and they need a lot of stuff to go there. The world has been plundered enough time for them to move on. I didn't say that. Ibrahim did. It should not be impossible to believe that there are beings who find value in the resources available on this planet, other planets. And I don't know about the plundering and moving so much from planet to planet to do that, as opposed to the domination that would be involved in replicating your species into each different planet. So if the entire solar system was little Elon Musk's, the ideology of being a king or a president, you can jerk off in that shit all day. Bitch, I control the galaxy up in this motherfucker. SpaceX, what would you choose if you wanted power? We're all stuck here? No, well, you're stuck here in your spacesuit. If you get the knowledge and get some awareness going for yourself, being afraid of an ending can go out the window a little bit because you know that life goes on. No one ever really dies. The spacesuit gets old, but the soul continues. There's too much evidence of that. Way too much evidence of reincarnation. But I think the problem is, does the soul know where to reincarnate? And since it is proven that you do leave and return with a lot of energy and knowledge from the past, sometimes it doesn't even all get deleted so that you get a fresh start. Because we know that some of that data can be, it stays with you. What if you learned in this lifetime about the possibilities beyond this earth? So that you at least have that in mind when the physical flesh is no good. Maybe you don't have to manifest back into this realm. Maybe you can go to Saturn, or maybe you can go to Aldebaran, where I believe they party a lot, because it's a very colorful star. It just looks like the party realm up there. Or maybe you come from Sirius and you might want to go back home. So learn as much as you can that soothes the soul. And we all got to go at some point. You just want to live in peace. You're going to need chaos to get there. Even they know that. So what is it? Order out of chaos? But that's probably backward. It's probably take order and make it chaos. What is the end game? Why does it have to be an end game? You just exist. And if you know you have to exist, how would you like to exist? Would you like to exist as a slave? Or would you like to exist as a part of a bloodline of alien species that take over planets and solar systems? None of this stuff gets built without slave work. Nothing that we're talking through, looking at, the clothes, glasses, everything that you take advantage of in this realm was made by the hands of slaves. Period. We wouldn't have all these beautiful luxuries but for someone sweating to death in the most uncomfortable place. So we would have a lot to get through. We would have a lot to work through to restore ultimate peace in this realm. It would also require deleting those energies who cause chaos. You have to get rid of them. Lithium ion batteries. Right, okay. You can name anything. The plastic for my Carmex and all this stuff. Some people people were not lounging on a beach making this. And a machine may have a lot to do with it, but the person who runs the store is selling it. The employee cleaning the store, there is no ultimate peace as long as you have elements of the self. And I think of all of us as one, but more like the inside of a motherboard computer with wires and bits and pieces, and we all contribute to the main frame, but we are all an extension of the self. We encounter each other, we experience, we may replicate each other, we may replicate with each other, but it is the higher self experiencing itself on a variety of levels. And as you must grow and extract parts of yourself that aren't healthy, I think in order for us to have ultimate peace in this realm, we have to extract the parts that aren't healthy. But as long as we think one or two people need to make that decision for us, here we are. Do I believe in a higher power greater than us? I believe in an ultimate creator, source energy. But I do not believe that the highest living being in all of the galaxy, I don't believe it looks like us. I believe we are a different expression of organisms and how they interact with our pressurized containment. Because we live and exist in such a wide variety of beings. Plants are alive, fish are alive. There's stuff at the bottom of the ocean you ain't never seen. So if there's all this different types of life here, what the fuck is out there? So the greatest power in the cosmos, I just don't believe looks like us. I don't. I think the greatest element or the greatest creator of this being is beyond your imagination. Could we all be part of a higher being? Like all the cells in our body are part of us. I kind of think that in some way. I think that your maximization, the maximum ability of you as you are in human flesh, I think it's been stunted. I think it has been retarded by all of the confusion and forced learning. So your actual gifts, your actual abilities were taken from you at some point. This could have been environmental, could have been the act of people who knew how to manipulate the physical flesh, could have been alien interception, wide variety of things, poisonous air, all that stuff. But I think all of all that you can do as one person, I think, has been taken from you in, I think, 90% of our gifts and capabilities. I think 90% of what we can do in this physical flesh is unknown. And I think if you come into this earth and you spend a lifetime in confusion, figuring out at least another 10% is tough. It's hard. And when they know it, they ain't telling us. They'll tell you 75 years later when it doesn't matter. But could we all be connected to some hybrid hard drive? I 100% believe that. I do believe there is a collective place in the mind, in out there, that we can tap into. That's how readers can read your data, or you have moments of deja vu. I think we're all connected to the hard drive, but your connection has been distorted, blinded, or is completely unknown to you. And so if you leave Earth and your spirit only knows Earth, it's not where you're going to go. You're going to manifest right, you're going to reincarnate right back into this realm. So I say at least encourage the mind to think above the plane, because the plane is what's got you trapped. So if you think higher than that, who knows what data comes to? I can only tell you as a reader, I've worked in groups where we looked at stuff, the moon, and all of these things that they ain't telling you the truth. They are not telling the truth. They ain't telling you what they know. They ain't showing you what they got. I can tell you we are, as humans, we have accelerated enough that when you hear those stories about unidentified aerial phenomena, that didn't come from out there. That's us. That's humans. We have advanced enough that we make craft that can go by the speed of light. But they ain't gonna tell your ass about that. They ain't gonna tell you that we're already on other planets. Been there. Ain't gonna tell you that. Not gonna tell you that. You'll romanticize things like the potential for leaving. And why would they want the slaves to leave? That's ridiculous. Why if all the slaves knew they could leave, oh, how would stuff get done? Do I think the people at the top have stunted our potential? Look at the people in power, the greatest levels of power. And it's shown to you all the time, the bloodline and how they're related. They put that out there, you just don't pay attention to it. They're showing you a lot of those people in high places of power are related. Somehow the bloodline. This is the third cousin of that. It's the brother to that. It's the cousin to that. 1,500 years ago, they were them. Yeah. If you understood the return, you would be doing a better job at positioning yourself for your return. So think about everybody who's filthy rich. Jeff Bezos. If Jeff Bezos had 50 children, they would all be a part of that super rich bloodline. And if Amazon stayed in power for the next 5,000 years, everybody in his family remains in that position of power. And so let's say Jeff Bezos reincarnates 50 times through those 5,000 years. He reincarnates 50 times. Each time he reincarnates, he ain't got no motherfucking problems. Shit is good, right? You just like, bitch, I'm back. Serve me. Born into rich family after rich dynasty after rich consortium, whatever you want to call it, there's no suffering. It's guaranteed, practically. What if you have no kids? Then you better figure out where the fuck else you can go. Otherwise, you may reincarnate back into your bloodline. You don't know where else to go. We could talk about heaven and whatever other religion you practice. We can all talk about where we go at the end. But that's not really what's happening. You can research reincarnation. So maybe everybody don't return. And I think the ones who don't return are stuck. They're in limbo, like, what the fuck? Or waiting for a body, waiting for somebody to get pregnant so they can come back into the bloodline. And the rest are just waiting for a body to come back into. Just my opinion. But for those of us who didn't make any children, I'm trying to figure out where else I can go. I'm not saying anything's bad about Earth, but I ain't from no high value bloodline like that. So I would be coming back in as a porn star, slave, whatever. I don't know. It wasn't the worst existence, but certainly wasn't the best. Why then do people like Jeff Bezos talk about downloading their conscious into computers? Idolatry. Idolatry. If you experience also, I would assume if they know they experience the forgetting coming back in. And when I say the forgetting, so you have a life, you live, you leave, you're born back in. If you don't remember everything that happened the last lifetime, you're so much further behind the 8 ball to controlling the world. So if you were a great dictator, let's say you were Mr. Put It In, and you don't have any way of remembering what you was doing when you left, you got to figure all that out next lifetime. And high probability, you don't remember that data. And if you do remember that data, people call you crazy. And you're starting from scratch in a sort of way. But putting your consciousness there would help you remember ideas, would give you an opportunity to speed track what you were trying to do before you got knocked out. But putting your memories, your consciousness, your awareness, your plans, your goals into a hard drive that you could look at and listen to right here, right now in this realm, that would be great. Wouldn't you like to know it? Like, if you could have a hard drive with every thought and experience you had the last lifetime, I would sign up for that. I would be curious. But now we are technologically aware. Enough time has passed. Can he put his consciousness and thoughts there? Sure. I could tell you this, if they're talking about it, they already did it. Thank you, Abraham. The only comforting thing I have in this life is when they talk about religion, I go, hey, wasn't that Jesus dude hanging out with prostitutes? I'm not a prostitute, but I wear a prostitute's uniform, so I might not be that far from God, and God may not be who the fuck everybody thinks he is. I'm not worried about that. I'd like to see what else is on other planets, quite frankly. I do not believe this is the smartest planet. I want to go to the planet where the nerds are at. Isn't it? See, oh, look at you. See, Jimmy? Okay, so you agree with the forgetting. Jeff Bezos does not. I don't agree with the forgetting. I want to know. What was I working on before I left? Was that some cool stuff? What if you were working on like the most amazing thing and the soul wants to get back to it? So you spend this lifetime with this inner burning, knowing that there's something great you're supposed to be doing, but you can't figure out what the fuck that is. So you waste a whole lifetime trying a million different things, but never ever getting to what the soul was really screaming about. If I get access to the nerd planet, I'll take you all with me, okay? Ah, yes, I think you should figure it out though. I have no doubt in my heart that in my heart or my mind, somewhere in the outside, when you go out at night, there's a party planet. I don't believe nothing else. It's a party planet up there, and they be partying 24 hours a day. It is hot men, hot women, everybody's beautiful. There's great music playing all the time. The food is delicious, and the lighting is spectacular. There is no such thing as a bad selfie. And everyone that you have sex with is great in bed, and they all are willing to have steady and logical connections with you. I believe that place exists. Doesn't partying all the time get boring? Doesn't suffering and being broke and worried about a nuke all the time get boring? I don't know. Let's go try partying. That's what I want. And just because they're partying doesn't mean you got to engage. You could sit in a park and watch the birds enjoy themselves. I just believe there's a planet where everything is all good 24 hours a day. I believe it. And there's probably a bunch of people just like your ass, Jimmy Dean, sitting on that planet going, I am tired of partying all day. I am so tired of looking this good 24 hours a day, feeling this good, watching everybody dancing. Bitch, stop dancing on the table. Ain't shit to be happy about. I know that that planet has at least 100,000 of you on it, Jimmy D, making shit weird and complicated for everyone else. I say we just try the party planet. Let's figure out when Elon is there and catch a ride, go have a look. Maybe we can all purchase a timeshare together on it so we don't have to commit to the motherfucker, but I say it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. I don't know. Hey, Six, what do you think about trying out new planets where there's possibly pure happiness?
We've been tricked. We've been backstabbed. And we've been quite possibly bamboozled.
I think Six would be pissed about that. We missed out on all that happiness. What else?
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
That's sad. I'm going to stop right there. Anyone but Elon as the host? Are you serious? I'm sorry. I gotta go on Elon because Elon, he liked the bitches. He done banged a few black girls, crazy ones too, and he smokes weed. I'm trying to go to that particular planet. I'm sorry. I don't have to hang out with that motherfucker all day because I would imagine at a certain point you would get tired of him. But I definitely want to be on Elon's party show. Off the planet, not, you know. Here, I hear he's a unbearable god type of boss. Here, I understand him as a boss isn't so good. I just want the ride there and all of the accoutrements that you must get on the shuttle up there. It's got to be a great journey. Did you write suffering makes you appreciate things more? Really? You probably have electricity and running water. where you're typing this out, right? You probably get to leave your house and not worry about someone leaping out of the bushes and raping you. You probably know where the nearest grocery store is, where you could just walk inside and pick up food and put a few pieces of paper or coin on a countertop and you get to walk out and eat that food. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know suffering. You don't even know what that is. You talking about your little heart being broken because you didn't get the pussy you wanted? Are you talking about somebody not being nice to you today? That's not suffering. That's not suffering. Walking outside and your whole house is made out of straw and there are bugs as big as your hands and no one gives a fuck if you're alive or dead. That's suffering. Waking up and hearing an alarm, not the alarm clock, but the alarm that they're about to nuke your entire community and you have 1 hour to run for your fucking life, never to see any of your valuables again. And you're going to go sleep in subway stations, pile in, simply because a couple of men wanted to fight. You don't know suffering. That's a comment by someone who's never suffered. You don't know suffering. You may understand the nature of a hardship. You may know what it's like to not have money this month. You don't know suffering. Suffering is an airplane hitting a building and the next building over seeing that and then having to figure out how to climb down 60, 70, 30, 40, 50 floors, hoping that you live before the next airplane hits and takes that building out for something you didn't have nothing to do with. That's suffering here in this greedy realm. But there are people all around the world who can't eat, who can't get great health or any medical health care. We still enslave people. You haven't suffered. In China, where this phone came from, literally they have nets outside of their businesses when they have multiple story businesses. So that those slaves, when they can't take it anymore of working day and night on this phone, they jump out the fucking window. But because they're slaves and the slave master ain't having it, they put a net, they catch you, boop, you bounce up, and now you're in trouble for trying to kill yourself. Like, you don't know suffering. Anybody if your country has lights, water, gas, cars, any suffering you're dealing with is because we're allowing it. When all we got to do is hold hands and go kick some ass for 5 minutes. But we give power to people who take that power and hurt us with it. You know nothing about. I could turn this live off right now, smoke a joint, wash my ass, wipe my own ass. We're not suffering. Yet. Not suffering yet. Please don't think it's not coming. It is. And you are seeing the beginning of it. They're testing the threshold of what you can take before you burst. So, the poor people already know what it's like to suffer. The mid-level people kind of know it. Now they're going to really know it. Now they're breaking the rich. Now they're going to break the rich. And you're seeing that with the stock market. How long before those men who wore business suits and invested in stock markets all day, how long before they go crazy and start running into traffic, cutting up? Not long. Over the next 2 years, you're going to see a lot of people who have no idea what suffering is. They're going to suffer. If nobody does anything, if the plan keeps going and nobody bothers to stop it, all of us are in deep shit. We're in deep shit to the nth degree. And we're not going to fare as well as the people who have lived their entire existences 10 times over in a state of suffering. They already know how to cope with the fuck shit. But the rich, how many ultra rich people are going to won't know what to do if they hit us with an EMP? No electricity, no gas, no. How many people can survive? I mean, I don't think I can. And that's scary, but it's a very real issue. Are there people trying to stop this? I think people are starting to wake up to the potential of what's coming, but stopping it, no. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it to me. You've been taught so well to fight against logic. I just don't see. I think if everybody woke up at once right now, those in the highest positions of power will attack. They've had enough time. They've watched you move. They know how to make you move. They know what to addict you to. They know what happens when they pull back the drug. They know what to do. They've studied us for so long. And I'm not saying that as a suggestion to give up. Not at all. Again, numbers. Some numbers are smaller than others. Do I think that's why they're trying to get the guns away? They won't be successful at taking nobody's guns. That's why they encourage you to turn them in. There's still just enough white people crazy enough to shoot at police. I think that's the thing. There's just enough crazy people to shoot back. So I think that's going to be a bit of an issue. But do they want them? Sure. Absolutely. But before they get them, they figured out a different way to break you. And nobody's looking at it. I don't know why. I don't know why. They opened up the floodgates, so to speak. Now, the problem is you don't know where those people came from. Did they really come from just a town? Or did they go scoop them up out of actual prisons? How do you know the people that are crossing borders to come somewhere weren't literally pulled out of prisons? You don't. How do you know they're not part of cartels or dark energy just in general? You don't know. What's the worst that we will see in 2 years? Just a general idea. The homes. I get that twice. From house to apartment. Human usage, the start of the trail. Spoken protection from a distance. You're seeing that now. There are people who are in positions of power who give speeches and speak regularly on the news. Are they really where you think they are? Or have they already removed themselves from certain places? You've already been shown the backdrop, but you don't believe it. More death. The attempt at the intervention is not possible because what's here to do you harm is already here. And this is the human usage. This is my human usage card. So people being used to do things. The spoken word, dead. The house to the apartment. The next 2 years, one of the biggest things we are going to be seeing, I can only speak for the US, that's what I was reading on. Tighter containment. There's an effort unseen to move people into a smaller living containment situation. Greater restrictions, greater fear inducement. But here's that short term. Going to be a lot of home changes for people. And that is the plan. So what may be perceived as a wrong direction, and I'm talking about the leader of where I'm at, what is perceived as a wrong direction is really a human sacrifice. Someone is being used to push things in a particular direction. The star. So expect to hear more denials, and no, we didn't do it, and lots of hands off, not my problem energy over the next 2 years. But the goal is to get you isolated. And one of the ways they're going to do that is by making safety look different. Making safety look different, feel different. You'll be begging for it. You'll be begging for restraint. The separation includes the way we date. If you notice just on YouTube for the last 10, 20, 15, however long years, there's been a great level of comfort with creators who speak on us not being together in love and marriage. That's not an accident. Social order. Block timelines. So we can expect more of that. There's going to be theft. There will be forces. And it's to invoke fear. And they're going to invoke that fear with what they capture. So expect to see more of that. Dirty money. What you're also going to see between here and the next 2 years, I'm sorry if you are, I'm not being racist. Just telling you what's on my card. Sorry, you guys. Eyes are watery. You know, the season of allergies kicks my butt. Okay, we're going to see a certain group go from blaming one other particular group to blaming another group. So expect there to be an attempt at igniting wars between different people. So just be mindful of your energy. There are people who really have put great value or gain a lot from your fear. Consider the stock market. Let's say we all have $1 million worth of stock in cheese because I'm hungry. And let's say we put our $1 million in, and 3 days later, everybody who runs a country or a continent, rather, comes out and they say, no more cheese. No more cheese. We're taking all the cheese off the market. You have 10 days to buy the last of your favorite cheese. Stock market in cheese might explode, but then right after that, it's going to hit the floor. And if you're not already in the process of saving yourself, you're going to be in trouble. So keep in mind when you're listening to news and all that, that before the news went on air, there was a production meeting about what they were going to talk about. And what they're saying, if it bleeds, it leads. So they have a vested interest in keeping your attention, but they also are a part of the changing narrative. They want you stuck. They want you lost. Another part of the confusion is this stuff right here. This chicks with dicks and bros with coochie holes, all of this stuff right here. These people are already going through enough as it is. Unfortunately, in the next 2 years, there's going to be more push against them too. Something regarding sex changes. Something regarding the ease. They're going to make it easier for us to swap identities. Television again. New applications. So there's going to be some type of technology introduced. It's not going to be put everywhere, but it's going to be introduced in the next 2 years. Whatever this technology is, it has to do with your access versus your habits. So let's say you're drunk, you drink, you do drugs, or you haven't done certain drugs, like the sticky. There's going to be more technology getting pushed out about that. The chemical imbalance. Outsiders. What I get from this, bunkers, it's going to be some dumbasses that's going to think they can leave when shit gets fucked up. There may already, as the new direction changes and things get worse, the minute people start showing up at the right people's houses or jobs, protesting, causing issue, the minute that happens, those people who created the fire, they disappear. That's a ladder. They disappear. Six, what else is going on in the next 2 years that we will be dealing with? Rickroll. I take that as an earthquake. What else? That's dark. Hold on. Oh my God. Next 2 years, you're going to be hearing about some type of major catastrophic problems happening to kids. I'll stop there. It has to do with that. Anything else?
Run.
It's fucked up. To speak of it on a cosmic level, the divine outer cosmos is taking back some of their precious babies. The cosmos will be taking back some of their angels. Can I tell you where to run to? If you ain't rich enough to buy a bunker where you're 100% sure you'll be safe, serves no purpose. Go on out with the rest of us. I don't think it's going to go that far, but if it does, you'd be going with the rest of us anyway. And the people in bunkers will be getting cooked like toast. And even if they don't get cooked like toast, people probably will find them. And that would be even worse. I would say if there's an ending, let's just all go together. But if you insist on running, there probably aren't many places. And listen, get over the fear shit. We have to get to the logic part. At any given moment, a space rock could hit this planet and shit's over. Everything across the board. Let's talk about the satellites. If the right space rock hit the right satellite, all of the satellites would be thrown out of whack from one being thrown out of whack. Imagine they're all flying around. One goes off course and they all hit each other. And before you know it, you've got a catastrophic death zone of satellites slamming into each other and going in the direction of gravity. So there's plenty of other stuff we could be concerned with. My advice, live your life. Enjoy yourself. Do the things that make you smile. Enjoy food. Enjoy living. And move your body physically away from the chaos, if you can. Do I think being in the cities is the worst place to be? Because of the nature of war and all the other undisclosed or undiscussed stuff, I don't think there's such a thing. If something came in and took out buildings or a nuke or something, where are you going to go? Even if you have someplace to hide, the air's still contaminated. The food, the dirt is contaminated. You crawling out of your hole of safety after a year, the ground is still contaminated. What's the point? You're just going to suffer slowly. I think the best thing you can do is be a good person. Enjoy yourself. Live life. Don't hurt other people. Because you never know. One of those people could be anybody. Maybe one of those people is related to Elon. And they know if you get to the airport in 15 minutes, you could get on the shuttle to get out of here. Anything could happen. I could tell you all the assholes are definitely going by themselves here. You're going to walk in front of the missile? That won't help. You know that won't help. It wouldn't help. I could tell you that if we live in a world where this type of stuff already exists and we're not doing anything about it, we're not doing anything to stop it, those nuke facilities still have employees that will show up and work. What the fuck is that? As long as there's somebody willing to work on the death machine, we got nothing. Take away the people who work on the death machines, we might be getting somewhere. When those people stop. Now it's, yeah, we got to hold hands, but so many other people have to hold hands too. You're getting a handgun with one bullet. You want to live, but not in a nuclear holocaust. I know what that's like a little bit. I live someplace where they didn't do any nuclear cleanup after much nuclear testing. And right now there's thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people in one area that shouldn't be there. And no one will say anything. They keep selling houses, renting properties. You keep drinking the water. There's plenty of places just like that. Abraham, yes, they stop when we stop. There isn't one dictator that runs even one continent who could do all that the soldiers do by themselves. They couldn't do it. They cannot destroy a fucking thing without our compliance. They can't take anything from us without our compliance. That's the key. That's the key. And not to be religious, a bunch of people stood around, supposedly according to the book, a bunch of people stood around and watched as Jesus had all that stuff done to him. All of that horrific stuff, and people just stood around and watched. We will watch our endings with the greatest of ease. That's why I just hope that we're not the hope that we are not the best planet. Want to know where else we can go. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry for the dark conversations. This was a lot. 6, could you give us something light and beautiful, please?
Is that like a personal attack or something?
No, bro. Just say something nice.
Bomb has been planted.
Let's try one more time. Something really nice for the collective, please.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Sometimes. All right. Thank you guys for the reading, for hanging out with me. 3 hours. I am going to try to, we'll do between 11 and noon. I'll try to make a little poster of that for Monday through Friday. So you guys know when I'm here, because I know I just magically be popping up, and that's crazy. I should stop doing that. So I am going to attempt a schedule. Oh my God, I'm going to try my best. So be with me, pray for me. And so around when I first started till now, I'll try to keep my readings around this time for the week ahead. We'll see how this goes. I try not to let y'all down. It's the first time you got here in months. I haven't been doing readings like this in months. So you didn't miss a thing, Mr. Dean. You did not miss a thing. Thank you. Thank you, Ibrahim. Great discussion, yes. And we are, for this shit, y'all gonna have to put y'all voices to this. I see all these other channels with people talking, and you shouldn't have to type. So we are gonna have to start doing like little voice chats. I don't want you to show your face, but we can do some voice chats. So consider your cool avatars or whatever, or not. 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Between 11 and noon, and then we'll just read until the reading's done, or my stomach growling is so loud it's rude. One of the two. One of the two. But it's time for everyone to start talking. I've been drowning in the chaos, but we rise. Because that's what we be doing, Ibrahim. That's what we do. Okay? We be rising from the shit. So it is time to get back into doing my readings, because it is some crazy shit going on. It's real crazy. Especially the baby food shortage. That's not true. That's nuts. Like, you guys don't get to eat, but we'll store it over there. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You'll be home from work by then? Okay, cool. Then everything is wonderful. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this long. We can chat about lighter topics later. But this was a deep one, so definitely keep your head in check, keep your Keep your mind in check and question the knowledge. Question the news. Question the news. And, all right, you guys. You would think they'd want more slaves, but restricting baby formula? Well, see, the other peoples that they brought in by the million loads, they need to feed them. And since you guys won't all line up your children for more of those sticky stickies, they have to test them too. They have to test them and they have to do all the other stuff I won't discuss with those innocent beings. There's a lot going on and we're going to miss most of it. That's unfortunate, but they're restricting it because they had to ration it. Not a shortage. That's what's fucked up. But they're doing what they got to do because that's the plan. Anyways, enjoy yourself. Go outside. Live life. We can discuss the serious stuff any other time. But in the middle of that, smile. Laugh. Enjoy yourself. All things are temporary. But you have plenty of time in the middle to live. So that's the work you came here to do. Do it. Live. Sadness not allowed. You got some good topics for next time? Okay. Okay, you fire starter. I see you. I'll come in talking about love. And 2 hours later, we'll be talking about D-Wave quantum computers and why we don't have them in our homes yet. Don't fuck me up too bad now. Be gentle. Be gentle, please. 6, say goodbye.
So that was a fucking lie.
What? I don't want to discuss D-Wave computers. I don't. That's over my head. What else?
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Uh-huh. I think 6 is getting rude. Say goodbye.
You're either going to come out here and conduct yourself as an adult, use your words, and speak respectfully and have a conversation, or you're not.
Okay, I'm done with 6. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Please find some comedy, some happiness. Do that for me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or later tonight, depends on my mood. But definitely tomorrow at 11. You guys have a wonderful evening. And remember, you are well. Bye.